Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a rodding tutorial. Now, the first thing you'll notice that I'm doing here is I am casting my rod into the water and waiting for a fish to appear. That is how you play UHC. Now, let's get to Classic. Trust me when I say I know my way around a rod. I've seen a couple in my day. Anyways, let's start with the basics. The first thing that I tell everybody is that your rod will only take durability when you recall it. So basically, if you cast your rod and just switch your hotbar slots, your rod is not going to take any durability, and that's what allows me to spam it so much. Think of it this way. Because I'm inserting my rod into thousands of nons daily, it's just good practice to try and keep it clean. Ooh, an actual gamer. Let's game. Another basic thing is what keys you use to rod with. Most people will just use 1 and 2. I don't really recommend using that, as sometimes when you want to strafe to the left, you can't because you're trying to rod. Personally, I have a Model O, so I can use my mouse buttons in order to rod. Most of the speed that you see with my rod has to do with the fact that I can just rock my thumb back and forth in order to switch hotbar slots. Another benefit to using mouse buttons is the fact that you can just sit still and rod completely with one hand. However, this might not be viable for some people. To them, I would recommend trying to use a finger that doesn't interrupt your strafing. In order to get the skill required for hitting some of these rods, I like to sometimes just go into single player and practice my flicks. I'll leave a command in the description that you can copy and paste in order to summon an AI-less zombie that will just stand in place and take your rods. I can tell you, nothing beats putting my rod into an undead creature. It's unfortunate, I can't be within 2 miles of a graveyard. I'm going to be strafing kind of a lot with A and W and rodding like this, and just to practice my flicks. You know, that's cool and all, but why? When you're strafing and rodding, most people will just like use A and D and look straight at your target, right? But if you are holding like just A and at a 45-degree angle and you can flick your head like this, your strafing opportunities open up a whole lot more than just going side to side. And also, not only that, is it going to position your head correctly, but once this guy tries to circle strafe around me, right? All of a sudden, I'm already looking at him, and I can already hit these flick shots when he's trying to get around me. Though, not really well right now because I'm only getting like 40 frames. Shout out to Pizza Cuber. He's cool! But also, all of a sudden, now you can... But now you're starting to use S, which is always going to be a beneficial thing when you're trying to... Now, I'm not saying you should always rod at an angle, but when a person is trying to get around you, it's usually really helpful, and it also helps build more muscle memory and using S and kind of breaking away from holding W all the time. Can you hit me? Can you hit me? Is that one of you? Don't lie to me. Was that you? Oh, it was?
It was at this moment that he knew.
Oh, Now comes the complicated part, and that is rod tricking. Now, what a rod trick is essentially is tricking Minecraft into thinking you swung your sword twice, when in fact you were just hitting them with a rod. I went into detail more about this in my How to PvP video. I'll link that in the top right. But basically, to perform a rod trick, what you have to do is hit someone with a rod, and the second they're out of their invulnerability tick, you hit them and your hit gets registered twice. And it's really hard to get consistent, but once you do, it's really powerful. The rest of these clips are just going to be me talking while I fight, as I go on a little bit of a win streak. I hope you enjoy! Sheesh. Look at that leaderboard. Looking hot. Rods in this sort of scenario aren't as helpful because of the hit delay, so comboing with rods isn't gonna do as much. However, double registers. Still very possible and very helpful. And ew, look who just joined, Chloe Chi. Ugh, I hate that person. I like cheese. Do not go to this guy's website. It's cringe and bad. Men on crack. I swear to God, if this guy bows me, I'm just gonna kill him with it. That's what you get. She's just trying to spam right click, which will not work. Oh, it isn't. If you just go like that, it's not going to do anything, right? What it's going to do is it's going to ruin your rod store ability. At 4 o'clock is when I release my videos as a premiere. You guys should tune in if you're watching. 4 o'clock EST is always when I'm gonna premiere it. Why? Because I thought don't ask. For a Potter hour. I'm getting my ass out of what in the... No, I'm just gonna run and regen. Why? Because I'm on a 20-win streak. Now, normally, I play with gentleman rules, so I don't condone this behavior. However, that was a load of BS, so I'll make an exception this time. Well, entirely, but I'll lead him to an edge, get some free hits. Far away, then I can just dodge the arrow. 9. And 9. Ooh, shiny. Just gonna chip at his health. Lead him to more edges, you know. This is how you play when you're down. You definitely just want to go for small hits and play edges where you can get a couple free hits in there. Try to make sure that you're regenerating my move at all times. Oh, that was bad from me. Oh, I messed that up. So close to leaderboard. He's gonna hit me for that. I hate myself for that. So yeah, if you're lower, you can just run to an edge and get like a free double register. This talks back to my how to PvP video. Also, let me know if you want some bridge content. Could be fun, you know. That was a legendary! Oh, I feel so bad! Oh, yikes. Did not end out well for him. Ah! Let's say you've mastered these techniques. What does it look like? Well, I told my good friend, the True Clone, to just W hold and try to get around me. This footage speaks for itself. Unfortunately, he doesn't take my rod nearly as well as Green Greed. However, Green Greed has years of experience, so I guess that's not really a fair comparison. Well guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and next time, maybe I'll record myself putting my rod into an e-girl.